Hello everyone, welcome to the 5G Gaming Guru Guide. This is Daniel. I will continue this Runescape 3 video series. In this video, I will attempt the quest Throne of Miscellania. It's actually two islands, Miscellania and etc. Supposed to be miscellaneous, etc., etc., etc. The extra islands, so it's kind of a joke from Jags. Looks like I'm not the only ones making bad puns. Jags does it too. Throne of Miscellania quest. We're doing this video. Something, anyways. We created back in 2004. In the last of the old quests. I'm working my way current. As you can see, I've unchecked and complete. I'm displaying all quests, so I'm rapidly starting to catch up to some of the newer quests. I'll be doing the 2011, 2012 soon. So, all right, continuing. Requirements from the Trials quest, Heroes quest. Those are both quests. All right. Items required: iron bar, log of any kind, uh, any tradable non-enchanted metal ring, flowers, especially flowers. Right, then depending on your in-game, this is a sensitive topic. No, well, traditionally men married women and women married men. But please don't strike me in that this is the way this game is programmed. I don't run this game. Uh, I just play the storyline. Uh, so if you're a guy character in the game, they will ask you to marry Princess Astid. If you're a female character in the game, they're going to ask you to marry Brand, Prince Brand. So, right. So if you're a guy, bring a bow in the game. If you're a girl in the game, bring a cake. Uh, Saying it the way the question is. Anyways, combat. There's none. The quest is experience difficulty is a medium length quest. Rewards: you get one quest point. Your miscellaneous subjects will collect resources for you. Ability to teleport to Miscellania with area wealth. Ability to purchase Miscellania purchase from Serenity to treasure energy. So, purchasing the portrait is when you make your playground house, you can display the portrait on the wall of your house. Uh, Collect the resources. Let's see, was supposed to be where you collect a small amount of resources, and then you have the subjects in your kingdom, and they will collect a lot of resources for you. But that wasn't the way it originally was. Jagus made Fremennik tasks that made it a little better, but I'll cover that later. Without talking, let's get on with the quest. But first, please remember, drop us a like. We see things that can be done better to streamline your quest experience. Please comment. Remember to share and comment so that other players can complete the quest experience more easily. That's what this is about. And of course, subscribe so that and notification bells so that you can be notified of upcoming videos, ways to make your gaming experience hopefully better. Uh, and then remember, all of our resources are free. However, if you would like to drop us a super things, that would be fantastic. We would really appreciate it. Thanks in advance for watching. So let's get on with the quest. So King Vargas in the castle on the island of Miscellania accessed from a longboat on the north coast of Rellekka. So here I am at the Rellekka lodestone from the province. Fremennik is supposedly the entire area. Rellekka is the city, although at first glance it looks like the only one in the province, but that's possibly debatable. This, these are also part of from the Isles. So I think all of these other ones are also. So we did from the Isles in the previous quest. We did Lunar Island in the previous quest. Pirates Cove was on the way there. Uh, this is actually Dagenham. Looks like let me verify that first. Let me verify that first. It looks like Dagenham Island. I'm not 100% on that. I got to re-verify that. Iceberg was the pending quest, Cold War. This is another quest I can't remember. We released this from somewhere I can't remember. This one will be the last of the islands that should be the last. This was the whatever island. That's the Dagenham Island. Here's the lighthouse. We did that quest. Here's the Dagenham Stadium, the lighthouse, and whatever island. So you should have seen all the islands, just about all the islands now. We're going to do Miscellania and etc. This last one, the quest start is. Right, that's the Royal Trouble. That's the next quest. We're doing Miscellania. So we have to sail to this island, and then here's one castle. This is King Vargas here, and then the other one is this one is Queen Sigrid. So we're going to be going to both islands today. We'll start on Miscellania. So here we go. Sorry for the extended introduction, but if it was too much talking, if it was just right, great. Glad that you found it helpful. That's fantastic. I need to find the longboat. Right, Miscellania. Longboat, Miscellania. Alright, so here we are. We can unlock the soundtrack. That's not really covered by the logo. We gotta keep it there for other respect for people's privacy. I don't like to show stuff on video that people might not realize they're being videoed. So I cover the chat with this for their safety. All right, so talking to King Vargas, and they stop you because they don't know who you are. But then eventually you try again and they let you in. Alright, so the quest has started. We can talk to advisor Grim about making these. Not required, but it is helpful to I guess get familiar with advisor Grim because he's the one you'll be collecting your resources from when your I don't know, servants, subjects, the people of the kingdom, whatever you want to call them, deliver the resources each day. You can collect it from the advisor room. Right. So for this quest, option 2, how do I make peace with the supplement? And then all right. talk to Queen Sigrid on the other castle. I explained that a moment ago before I came here. We'll be going back and forth between the two islands. Queen Sigrid is in one of the castles. King Vargas is in the other castle. Uh, that's why I gave the extra minute of intro this time, so that you can understand the layout of the two islands. Uh, Anyone who's ever been in a relationship before knows about disagreements that come up. Um, I guess it's up to the two how they handle that. So, uh, no matter the time that they get the king and the queen living in separate castles, I think something happened. So it's like so that you can fill in the story of different possibilities there. So here's Queen Sigrid. There's um, if I remember correctly, all of this dialogue uh, was like the uh, the dialogue always favored the guy, and it didn't the lady or the it was like it was all one sided like that. Let's make sure. I mean, she must be very recognize, etc. as a sovereign nation. So she wants she wants to be separated. Um, so all right, uh, so the guy finds that so the so like when each party finds the other one insulting, no matter what they say or do, it's insulting. It's like so you follow the details and like that. So uh, follow here how relationships have always been harmonious and great. But uh, so to be honest, I don't really remember. I don't remember uh, any friendship or acquaintance that's completely perfect. We all have issues that we have to work through, concerns that we're going to tell them. Uh, there's always one thing or another. Uh, I need to have a bard compose an anthem. I need to have the prince or princess agree to marry me. So that's why you need the let's say in this one the it's like I'm gonna be careful how I say things because I think I say things in a certain way it may sound offensive to some people, so I'm gonna be careful that King Vargas can't leave that his castle because he was transformed into Yeti. Yeti. It was that large furry creature. Again, he was transformed by some accident. We'll see in a future quest. So he can't. He's physically unable to get out of the door. So the uh, the Queen Sigrid was, well, I say he should be the gentleman and come here, but he can't because he physically can't because he can't get out of the door to go over there and do that. So yeah, so you can kind of see the yeah. So but then I would say, well, why doesn't she go talk to him? But then people say, well, I'm a guy and I don't understand. So I don't know. So that's the majority of this quest is going back and forth and delivering messages. So uh, here is the prince is here. Prince Brand is a bard. That's why I had a slip of the tongue before I said Prince Bard. So Prince is his title. Bard is his one of his specialties, and Brand is his name. They're being a little funny with the jackets, and being a little funny with the puns. All right, so we're talking to him and asking him for an anthem. So he gives me an awful anthem. All right, so I go to the advisor and I talk to him. He changes the awful anthem into a good anthem. All right, so use on him. All right, so if you right click and you use awful anthem on right, when we turn it into a good anthem. All right, so that's already the start. Alright, so then take the good anthem, the Queen's cigarette, and come back and talk to the King Vargas. So, if two people can just sit down and talk to each other and work out their differences, that 95% of the quest would be done. So, that's the majority of it. And then the rest of it is the other 5% of it is I have to start a relationship with uh, the uh, prince or princess, the one of the opposite sex, opposite gender. I have to look up what's the appropriate word there. All right, so I gave the good anthem to the queen, and she gave back a treaty. All right, we have to talk to King Vargas, but we also need a giant nib. Uh, Let me see if it'll let me do that out of order. If not, I have to come back. The iron bar. Uh, use iron bar on there. I know they won't let me do it until after I speak with the king. So essentially, I need to show this to King Vargas, and then he has to ask for a giant nib that his overly sized animal hands will be able to use to sign the treaty. So here we are. Alright, so it takes that, now it should say the king needs a large pen. Now we can go back and ask for the nib, or whatever you call it, giant pen, whatever you want to call it. Right. Go to the anvil. Talk to Derek at the anvil on the north of the island. Give him the iron bar. There. I would slightly change your quest option too. Alright, so here's the giant nib. Now we have to use the logs on the giant nib. Alright, now we have a giant pen. So now we bring that to King Vargas. I wanna inquire what's my character is a guy. And I hope I don't start a viral issue here with Jaggeds, but uh, I want to see if Jaggeds fixed the issue. Can I have to get support from the population. I want to see if they will let two guys be together or two girls be together, or if they're forcing one man and one woman. You know, that's kind of a loaded topic basically. So that's how do I get the prince or princess to marry me? So I said this is only out of curiosity. Yeah. Alright, so Jagex fixed it. So my character's a guy, and it's asking me whether I want to choose to marry the prince. So they just for your information, as of the recording of this video, Jagex has addressed that gender issues that they allow for gender identity. I just wanted to clarify that. I'm going to go across, and I'm going to choose the princess. So the princess is here. And it actually warns you. Let me. All right. Do you wish to try and earn the hand of Princess Astrid in marriage? Warning: once made, this decision cannot be changed. All right. So you choose either the prince or the princess, and once you choose, that's it. You don't get to change that in the game. So make your choice. Do you want one or the other? And then in the future quests, you'll have to remember which choice you made and do that. And that'll be necessary in the future questions. See what I'm talking about? Uh, but I won't change the storyline. Um, but it will. It's just you need to remember which one to speak to. And worst cases, they'll say, they'll just say, "Oh hi, how are you?" And that's it. And the other one will you can continue the quest. So see, I really need to remember because, but they did fix this because when this first quest first came out, I was around on my first character at the time, and you didn't have a chance. So they allowed for gender identity now, so that's good. So. Um, So I selected yes. I am going to take the princess, right? So I talked to the princess again. Talk to her, then what do you think of advisor going? He's a bit scary sometimes, but he's always nice to me. When I was young, he called me yeah, option two, he's been very helpful. Alright, so you have to look carefully at what she's saying. Alright, and then you have to kind of show like some kind of commonality so that you're trying to make like a very good match. You know, you practice archery. Have you? I see you have a bow mounted on your wall. Yes, my father thinks it's a cowardly art, but I find it just as much courage. All right, so right, if you're telling her archers are still cowards, and then you're distancing yourself from her. So uh, just for the quest, archery is a noble art. I'm glad you agree. All right, so next one. So tell me about the other admirers you have. They never cease to bother me. They swarm around me like flies, all hoping they win my heart. Perhaps I should use them as target practice. All right. So here's the thing. If you call her a monster, you just distance yourself from her. So let's see. Don't threaten me with a dead fish, you monster. I don't know why they bother. Um, or ha ha ha. I'm debating uh, between haha and I don't know why they bother. I don't remember which one I originally picked, but no, I don't know why they bother might sound like the meaning to her. So maybe haha, laugh at her jokes. I can hold them still if you like. Okay, so that then you're cooperating with her. So how do you know I wouldn't hit you as well? I have confidence in your skills. That was good. So you're complimenting her. That's a good thing. So now the option is good day, sir. Good day, Your Highness. Now it's good day. So you've gotten to a point where she's recognizing you. So that's a good. So now you need to use the short bow or use any bow on her. Uh, you have to. Okay, it won't let you do it to it. Do dance. I wish generics could show both the uh, both the picture and the word at the same time, but it's one or the other. Uh, dance. For some reason, I always have trouble whether it's dance. Impressive. I like someone who knows how to dance. All right, and then I talk to her again 3 more times, and then use the bow. Okay. Okay, then use the bow. All right. I don't know why it's not taking it. Blow kiss. All right. Let's try again. Well, there seems to be an impasse, but let me check my flag. I need to get this hair. I need to get the prince or the princess to marry me. Let me try the flowers. Use red flowers. Are they for me? All right, so the flowers are first. Dance. Talk. Okay, now she talks again. All right, I'm quite fond of myself. Be careful. Nothing happened. Queen Sigrid. Queen Sigrid insulted him. So that's what happened. Is there was an insult between the queen insulted the guy the insulted the king after I guess after he turned into a yeti. It was an accident. So um, I guess both both parties can be a little bit better to each other. Nobody's perfect, so both sides need to work together and stuff. So uh, what happened next? All right, so they both insulted each other and threatened each other, but nobody had an army, so nothing really happened. So uh, all right, well, if you look here, selling wing of poverty, 30 mil, right, that's not really, don't I prefer the quest, or you will finish it. All right. Um, that sounds like a good idea. That seemed that worked because you're entertaining your ideas. So good day, Rellekka. Good day, Princess. All right. So now it's before I went from good day, sir, good day, highness, towards good day, Rellekka. Good day, Princess. So now we're well. I'm sorry. Instead of highness, I'm calling her princess, and instead of sir, she's calling me by my I guess the Fremennik name that the Fremennik Trials people gave me. So now is the chance now to give the ball. So yes, now she accepts it. All right, and then all right. So after she that talked to her again. All right, so just honey. I suppose you know my child, honey, the mighty rabbits of the castle, and you call your honey the mighty rabbits of the castle. Oops. I suppose you know how much opportunity to exactly. All right. So I kind of almost messed one up, but it looks like it allows you to repeat the dialogue. So, oh dear. All right. So now it went from hello sir to hello Rellum, the name Janice gave my character, to hello dear. So now this is a little more affectionate. hello, darling. So it's dear and darling now, so it's a little more affectionate. So now the next one is blow kiss. Okay, a blow kiss, giggle arm, do the charm. All right, so then use the ring on her. All right, so now we just got the princess to agree to the marriage, and it marks it off. So now we just need the support of the population. All right, so we need to go back to advisor room. And how do I get support of the population? Option 2. All right, so the one fast way to do this is to go out to the maple trees and click on the maple tree, and then there's this guy. Every time you successfully chop a log, it goes to him. He says things. We're popping the um, subjects, servants. I don't know, people of the kingdom. I don't know. Leave a comment below. What are these people? Members of the country, members of the kingdom. Um, what's the best way to say that? Uh, Drop a comment. Let us know. So you're supposed to help the population might be better. The population of the kingdom. So we're helping them gather wood. So now, of course, we have this leftover cake that if I chose the prince, and then I would give the prince the cake instead of the bow. I see how there's a lot of uh, shopping. They do a lot of logs already, so it takes a while. So there's a bit of a question about whether it is faster to just collect the resources yourselves or have your population collect it for you, because it's kind of like you're collecting almost as many yourself, and then you're depositing money in the treasury also to, I guess, to help them. So it's kind of, why do I have to gather gather the resources and then still pay for it? So it ended up being slower. But after you pass the Rellekka task, the Fremennik task, and then the amount that you have to pay is much smaller. Um, the amount of resources they gather is much larger. The amount of work that we have to do to gain their respect is much less. So then it became a little bit more worth it. So, and then after you, there's another quest where we merge the two kingdoms, and then the amount of resources that you can gather goes up even more. So then it becomes even more worth it. So at the beginning, with just the quest, nothing else, it's questionable whether it's really worth it. But later on, it becomes um, better. Uh, for uh, for logs, I'm a bit more of a fan of divine locations, divination. But that's my preference. This quest is going on over 30 minutes already. This is about the point that the quest becomes tiring. Alright, let me show you the other activities. This one's my chopping maples. The other option is mining coal. So the coal mining is here. Alright, and there's two other options. I think etc. But even though they're not merged yet, let me just verify. It's supposed to be raking weeds or fishing also. Let me just check here. That's not those. Water dry patch. Alright, so you can water dry patch or help her rig. Right. It's supposed to be a fishing one also. Take those weeds. Get rid of them. Alright, there's supposed to be a fishing one also. Let me verify that because alright, getting the alright, so you can fish also. So you have four activities: fishing, or farming, watering, raking, or in the corner, northwest corner, you can gather tull, or by the tree, you can chop maple leaves. So you have a choice between four activities. So right click on one of the people, what do the people think of me around here? 58% of the population like you. So I gotta get that up to 75%. So I have to continue, I guess, working on working around the kingdom. So, so I don't know, to me, it almost feels like pay me so I like you, but that's what it seems like. But considerably, the flip side of that is who likes a gritty person? Somebody who's helpful. If they care about you, they'll care about your needs also. So if everybody's working together, then what would have been unbearable situation now becomes we can help each other get by. So that's something to think about. At the time that this quest was written, between then and now, the uh, values of society seem to go downhill, or many people. So that's something to think about going forward. Is how much are you working together with the people around you, and how much are the people around you working with you? So it's not just one way. People should work together. So that's one of the ideas of this quest. So uh, yeah, sometimes it takes a little while longer to do stuff, but uh, if you have to do everything on your own, I don't know. I think it's better to work together. But you know, anyways, regarding the tasks, I think the maple trees are the fastest. Uh, 68%. So I think all in all, it's about 15 minutes. I think it's about 15 minutes of gathering. Um, I guess if you chop faster or gather faster, it could be a little more. I did a lot of running around to show you all of these, a little bit of running around to show you the spots. So it could be 10 minutes, it could be 12 minutes, it could be 15, somewhere in there. Um, and then uh, you'll get the 75% that you need. And then obviously, if you want more resources, for them to collect you more resources, it should be higher. But from my perspective, I would advise against. Um, I would advise against doing the having them collect for you until after you complete the series, this quest series. There's this one, and there's Royal Trouble, and then there's Glorious Memories, and then there's Blood Runs Deep. There's four in this quest series. Could be more, but that's the primary ones. At least the first is Throne, Royal, and Glorious Memories. Um, and then the Fremennik tasks. Uh, I'm not sure what it is. Achievements. Um, easy Fremennik, medium Fremennik, hard Fremennik, elite Fremennik. So we can get the easy, medium, and hard, and then they will it reduces the amount of resources that you need to the amount of work that you need to do in the kingdom, and reduces the cost and increases the amount that they'll gather. So if you want to use the kingdom to gather resources, I recommend uh, uh, completing this quest, Royal Travelers, Glorious Memories, and the Fremennik test, and then this becomes more viable. But let you make your own decision. Please make your comments below. Actually, I encourage you to make your own decisions. Right, click on the random cohort. 77. So the other times I've done the quest, I've always gotten it to 100. That's the high. Then at 100%, that's high. Don't trouble yourself further. So, it's like the King Vargas quest complete. It's really more of a line quest rather than a medium because of all the extra. Complete this experience, pass achievement, complete the run of Miscellania. Congratulations, you have completed the run of Miscellania. You are awarded 1 quest point. Your miscellaneous subjects, they call them subjects. It's just the miscellaneous um, population. I used to call them subjects, I have to call them population. So a little more kind of like, hey, you, do what I say. It's like, okay, it's like, but if I say, oh, the population, it's like, okay, they're the people. So it's a little, seems like a better way to say it, but okay. Your miscellaneous subjects will collect resources for you. Ability to teleport to Miscellania using your real wealth. Ability to purchase Miscellania portrait from Sir Rellekka and two treasure hunters. When I get to the construction video, I'll show you where the portrait's from. It's in Father Castle. You go up one set of stairs. So whether you want to call out the first floor or the second floor, it's up to you. So, alright, so if you right click now on advisory room and manage, so then this you can uh, deposit money. So if I were to deposit 490, 4,990,000. All right, now or I could withdraw 10 million that's in there, but wanted to cap it off. So they would collect resources for me to do like that. And then I can ask them to mine for me, collect wood for me, go fishing for me, and collect herbs for me. And then there's some that aren't working, so I can tell them mine work all for me, fish some more for me. Right now that nobody's idle, and I can tell it whether the herbs or whether I want them to go herbs or flags. And I can tell them whether the fishing I want it to be cooked. Alright, and so now they will all be collecting for me. But as I told you before, I don't really consider this valuable until I complete the other quests. So I'm gonna take my coins back out, including the 10K that was in there before. I'm gonna leave it empty. Right click, collect your. We just finished the quest, so we haven't typed anything. But if I remember correctly, at system update every day when the system clock reaches 0, so it'll be 23:59 and it'll reset to 0. That means it's midnight on the server, right? And then there should be more resources you can select every day. But that's depending on how much your approval rating is and how much is in the coffers. So until you complete the tasks and the other quests, don't count on being that much. Just letting you know ahead of time. So alright, so I think that's if you go to your if you go to your real walls on your right click um Miscellania, I should port you into this room. I'm not wasting a charge, but I needed to so I can show you. Your ring of walls will now port you either to Grand Exchange or to Miscellania. Alright, so that was important to see. Alright, on to treasure hunter keys. Two treasure hunter keys. Right, again, this is a special event. I'm going to claim 2 NEMs. And then my archaeology is to the lowest, so I'm going to use it on that. And that's it. So, alright, so before you go, as a reminder, like, comment, share, subscribe. Please do leave comments below so that we can help the other people. And if you need to say something in the game, leave me a comment so I know what to add, what would help you. I do have a few comments that people left me in the game. I will be getting those things. Um, Eventually, I do have a list of these quests I'm working on. Have to work my way up to those things. But just be patient. Leave comments. I will get to those things. And finally, remember, everything on my channel is free for you. Uh, as of this recording, we would appreciate the super links, uh, any support that you can show. That would be help me grow this channel. Thank you. Have a nice day. I'll see you in the next video.